In today's tutorial, we're going to take some vinyl sticker paper to create these very cute Halloween teacher stickers. Let's make this. My inspiration for today's project are Halloween stickers, or Halloween in general, as well as the merit stickers that teachers such as myself might give kids if they've done some really great work in their workbooks or on a poster or anything else that we might like to give a student a sticker for. The materials for today's project are very minimal. All you'll need is some sticker paper. I've got this vinyl sticker paper from Amazon, and you'll also need a light grip mat. We're going to do today's project mainly in Design Space. So I'm going to start with a new project, and I'm going to create a guide to start with. If you have a look back at my computer skin tutorial from the other week, you'll see the print then cut size is 16.45 by 25.27. So that's what I'm creating, because we're going to make some stickers. So we need a print then cut size to do that. So I've made that rectangle shape. Then I've just gone up and changed it from a basic cut to a guide. And then what I'm going to do is just grab a few images and shapes that we can use to create some stickers. So I've just got started with a circle, because circle shapes for merit stickers in particular are very common. So I've got a circle shape. And then I've just gone over to images and I've typed in Halloween for my search. And I've changed the filter to free, because I'm only going to use free stuff. I don't have a Design Space membership and I don't plan to. So I'm just going to download a few images from there. And at this stage, the size isn't necessarily important, because we're going to make them on a larger scale and then downsize them. So don't worry about resizing or anything at this point. So you can see there I've got an eyeball, I've got a cat, I've got a cauldron, I've got a witch's hat, skeleton head, or a skull, as most people would call it. And then what I'm going to do is look for a Halloween colour palette. Now, you could choose any colour palette you like, but because we're doing Halloween stickers, I like to choose a colour palette that matches that theme. So I've just gone into Google and I've typed Halloween colour palette, and you can see that there's a number of different websites that will provide you with those colour palettes, but I've chosen the one from Colour Hex because I really like the bright green and the bright orange and the bright purple in particular. And so you can see as I scroll down, that hex number is what we can use to change the colour of our images. So I've chosen the eyeball to start with. So I'm going to do the eyeball in regular speed, and then I'll speed all the other ones up. So I've clicked on the eyeball, I've clicked on the colour, the black square, and I've gone to advanced, and I've changed the colour to 09FF00. So that's a hex code. So it's a code that the computer can read and chooses that colour for you. So you can see the eyeball's gone bright green. And then I'm going to do an offset on that. So I'm starting with a 0.3 offset. It was a little bit too small, so I'm going to change it to a 0.5. I think that might work a little bit better. And then I want to change the colour. So I'm going to change the colour of the offset, and I'm just going to make it totally black. But the more I look at it, I'm not sure that that's the colour I want, to be honest, because the actual eyeball isn't green, is it? It's the pupil that's green. So anyway, I'll play around. I might change it up a little bit, but I'm going to do another offset around the outside. So you'll notice with a lot of stickers, there's a border around each of your stickers. Usually it's white, but that's not a hard and fast rule. I sometimes use a whole heap of different colours, but I do like to put that border around because it just gives a little bit of finish on your sticker. Then I'm going to add some text. So I want these stickers to have a little bit of Halloween pun to them. So I'm going to do this one, I see your great work. So I as in EYE, see, because I see with your eye, and your great work. So it's a merit sticker. And then I'm going to use a Halloween style font. Now, if you go back to last year's Halloween projects, I go through how we can use 1001 fonts to find some really great Halloween fonts. So I've got Coraline's cat. I've got some phantom fingers. I think I've got some scary mum and scary girls. And then I've also got like that ransom note kind of text. So all of those fit with that Halloween theme. And now it's just a matter, I've chosen phantom fingers for this one in particular. I've downloaded all of them just so I've got a good idea of the different fonts that I can use. So I've just duplicated I See Your Great Work, and I'll reuse them later in other stickers, but I've just got those fonts ready to go. So I've got I See Your Great Work. Now I'm changing my alignment, and I'm playing around with my sizing so that it fits on the inside of this eyeball. And then I am going to change the colour of the eye. So I'm going to change the colour of the actual eyeball. So I'm going to change the actual colour of the eyeball to white, and then I'm going to change the first offset to that green colour. So I do need to go back and get that hex code again because I got rid of the green. It disappears from your colour palette. It's really a frustrating part of it. But now you can see I've got the iris of your eye is the green bit, so it makes a little bit more sense. And then I'm going to make the second offset. I'm going to change it from black, and I'm going to change it to that purple colour. Yeah, that looks better. And then I'm going to highlight all of the shapes, and I'm going to group them just so I can move them around and resize them. So most stickers are about 2.5 centimeters. So I'm going to make some 3 centimeter ones just because I like my stickers a little bit bigger. And because I'm using text, you want to be able to read that text. So I don't want to go too little. Once you've made your sticker, you do need to flatten it. So you go down to, you've highlighted the whole thing. So I've grouped my eyeball, and then all I need to do is go down to flatten, which is next to the contour button on the right hand side. And now what I'm going to do is just speed up all of my other stickers. So you can see as I go through, I've got a whole heap of different sayings for each of my little characters. So I've got one for the cauldron, which is potion power. I've got hauntingly good work. That's going to go with my ghost. It's a really cute little ghost, that guy. I've got top pumpkin for my jack-o'-lantern, and I'm going to curve that. So I've just gone into my effects section or my edit section, and I've curved the pumpkin, the top pumpkin text. So I've just changed it so it fits quite nicely underneath my jack-o'-lantern. And then I'm putting that inside an oval sticker. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a circle. I'm just giving them shapes because it's going to just make it quicker to cut, as well as, you know, a bit cleaner when you put them on students' books. I've got it's hard to say, Meowgical for the cat, my black cat. And for the skull, I'm going to go with Wickedly Smart. So I've also going to just put a few just plain images in there, because sometimes it's good just to have a little sticker or a little image just to put inside. It doesn't always have to have text. It can be really good when you've got those little kids who haven't really learnt to read yet. So you could put just haunting images there or Halloween images. So I've just played around with those as well, putting offsets around them and changing the colours. got them all. Then I'm going to go into Google Images and I'm looking for a Halloween background. So you could actually gift these to a teacher if you're someone who gives your children's teachers gifts. This might be one of those things that you could actually make and give to them. So what you'll find with lots of sticker sets is that they've got a background on the outside of each of your stickers, and then those stickers peel off. So I'm just going to look for a Halloween background. So I've found a Halloween background which is purple and it's got some spider webs. I didn't want anything that was too busy because I didn't want it to then compete too much with the actual stickers that are there. So you can see it's just like a hazy background with a few little bits and pieces. Now, when you've downloaded it from Google Images, make sure you save it as a .jpeg file or a .png file. That way, when you go to upload it, it won't have any errors. Okay, sometimes when you download from Google, it's just automatically a .webp file. I'm not sure if that's just a Mac or if that also goes with Windows computers, but it can be a bit of a hassle because Design Space won't let you upload that image. And then what I am going to do is I'm going to resize it. So I'm going to turn these on a 90-degree angle. So I want the image to be 16.45 tall, and then the ratio of that doesn't matter about the size there, but as long as it fits inside my guide. So I've resized it to 16.45 height. Then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, and you can see that's how it's going to fit in the guide. I'm going to do 2 of these, and I'm going to duplicate the stickers, mainly because it's a good way of using up your sticker paper. And also, you've got 9 or 10, no, we've got 12 stickers. So if you double that, that's 24. So it's kind of like enough for a class. So once I've done those, you can see there that it says that the resolution is low. You could have changed that to a bit bigger image, but I think because it's just a background image, it's not going to be too much of a worry. And then I'm going to put them at the back of my layers because I want all of the stickers to be on the front and I want the background to be at the back. Then I'm going to add, now this is where you can start thinking about giving these to people, or you can change the sticker set. You could just call it Halloween sticker set, but I'm calling it Miss Martinson's Spooky Stickers. So I'm Miss Martinson's. And so I'm just doing a text. I'm just using the Scary Mumpster script. And then I'm just going to do a bit of an offset around the outside. So I'm going to go with black text and an orange offset. And then I am going to rotate that also to 90 degrees to create, and then start moving all of my different stickers around to create a sticker page. So you can see how I've just moved all of those around to make them fit nicely inside that background box. That way it becomes like a little cohesive little group of stickers. Now that once I've done all of that, the final step is to then provide Design Space with the instruction to cut these at different rates. So the Miss Martinson's spooky stickers and the background, I need to combine them and flatten them because that's going to be one essentially sticker that's going to get cut out. Then all of the other stickers are sitting on top. So I'm going to highlight all of those and attach them. So I've got the background as well as the 12 stickers, and I'm going to attach all of those. Then the final step is to actually ask Design Space to cut that spooky stickers, the actual outside of it, a number of times, because we're going to tell Design Space when we're going to make that we're going to do a vinyl cut setting. Because we want just the stickers to pop out of that, we need to do a vinyl cut setting so that it doesn't do a full cut all the way through. But we also want the whole rectangle to be cut out as one whole piece. So what I've done here is I've created a shape, a rectangle shape that is the same size as the background. So it's exactly the same size. So it's 16.45 by 10.7. And then, 10.97. Then I'm going to duplicate that. I think 3 times is probably going to be enough. And then I move the square to behind the sticker paper. So all of the squares are going to go behind the attached sticker paper. Then I'm going to attach all of that again. So what you've essentially done is tell Design Space that you want one cut that is just the stickers. So your top pumpkin, your magical, your spider, all of those are going to be the first cut done by Design Space. Then you're asking Design Space to then do 3 extra cuts that are going to cut that rectangle out, so you have got 2 separate rectangles with these stickers cutting with the stickers that are going to come off that sticker page. I'm sure that sounds a little bit tricky, but go with it. Slow me down, pause. But if you don't follow that one step, what you're going to end up with is, you can cut them yourself. There's also that option. You could just cut those sticker papers into the rectangles yourself. But if you want Design Space or your Cricut to cut it, then all you need to do is create a couple of extra rectangles to do that cut for you. Then we're going to save it. And then this is the easy part. We've done all the hard work, so the save is really important, so you can come back and reprint these at any time. I have moved my stickers so they're on one page. We could have, before we went to make, we could have attached these 2 stickers so that we knew that they were going to stay together. But I forgot about that. But all I needed to do was click on the 3 dots and move them over. So then I've done my print setup. I've added the bleed. I've used the glossy photo paper. I've done a rear feed of my printer. And then the final one is just to do the cut, and I do that with a vinyl setting. This means that it's going to cut through that initial vinyl sticker paper. So it's a little bit, the quality of the vinyl sticker paper is a little bit better than the paper. So you will have to use that vinyl setting just to make sure it does cut all the way through. And then we just go to the print and the cut. How great are these stickers? I'm loving how the purple in the background actually matches really well with the purple we used in the stickers. I really like the shininess of the vinyl sticker paper. I'm really becoming a fan of it. When I first got it, I kind of got it accidentally and I wasn't all that excited about it. I like the matte stuff better, but now the more I've used it, the more I'm really becoming a real big fan of that. This is a great project if you are starting out in the sticker world, because it does things like layering and offsets, and it also helps you to create that sticker set rather than just a page of stickers. So that's a really good feature. But also, if you are someone who has been using their Cricut for a long time and are just stuck for a little present, these can be Christmas, these could be Easter, a whole heap of different applications. But if you have a teacher in your life and you would like to gift them something homemade, those are a really great idea. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial, and I can't wait to see you next week for a market vlog. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget, you can always jump on my Instagram, head over to my Etsy store, or even check out the videos YouTube recommends for you down below.